crumbles.
When history was dealing the cards, it didn't hand out many trumps to the Turks. 1,000 years ago, they marched into Europe from the east, and they remain today on Europe's eastern fringe, astride the great international seaway of the Bosphorus. The other side, across that new soaring bridge, is still Turkey, but over there, it's Turkey in Asia. This vast, poor nation is literally a bond between the continents, from the Mediterranean to Arabia. Only 1/30th of Turkey's land area is in Europe, where Bulgaria and Greece are its neighbors. To the south, its neighbors are the oil-rich but sometimes warring states of the Middle East. To the east and north lies the Soviet Union. The seaway that divides their country is open under international convention to ships of all nations. And here is a Soviet fleet exercising its right of passage past the heart of Istanbul. Turkey's basic problem remained as it was. They can't afford imported fuel to keep their transport running. Turkey's bankrupt. It desperately needs vast loans from overseas just to pay for the fuel that brings in the harvest and makes the country self-sufficient in food. Turkey in the 1970s borrowed all the money anyone would lend. And they need to borrow much more. The land goes dry in summer. They need to invest, to build dams, to conserve water and give electric power. Turks might well be proud of the house Bashir built. To a few, Turkey's industrial revolution has brought immense wealth. Sakip Sabancı's father was a cotton picker. The sons are multi-millionaire.
Faraza, Türk toplumuna 30-40 sene evvel sorsaydık, nüfus bu denli büyüyecek ve bu nüfusun bütün isteklerini ulusta üreteceksiniz. Bunun cevabı olmayacak şeyi istiyorsun, hayır olurdu. Hayır, olmadı. Daha ileri bir adım gitseydik, bununla da kalmayacaksınız. Siz ayrıca dış memleketlere ihracata başlayacaksınız denseydi, ona da cevabımız rüya görüyorsun, hayalperestsin, vazgeç bu rüyadan olurdu. Ama şimdi size söylüyorum, üstüne basa basa dikkatinize sunuyorum ki biz Türk toplumu rüyayı gerçekleştirdik. Hayal zannedilen işi başardık. Onun için competition'dan, rekabetten de korkmuyoruz.
We know the consequences. It will not be easy in the beginning. We will have to change our thinking. We will have to rethink our industrialization program. Some of the business will probably go out and collapse, but we will form other businesses. We will have to attract more foreign investment in Turkey because with foreign technology and foreign money can we only compete with Western European businesses and industry, and we will also concentrate more on agricultural.
İçin sebep yoktur.
This is our biggest immediate problem, to service our debts. We must design ourselves to earn more foreign exchange. We must use less energy, and we must create more energy in this country.
The apparent prosperity in Ankara's streets is deceptive. There's 100% inflation. They had a balance of payments deficit of £1.5 billion last year, and they had to borrow massively from overseas. Total foreign debts now amount to over £11 billion, £245 for every term. Oil price rises are the main problem, and they are now hoping to get their energy from water, from dams. On the coastal plain that runs to the Mediterranean is the Seyhan River and dam, and there you can see the pattern of the future. Around the river, the soil is fertile. But in summer, it's parched dry, giving only a sparse crop of wheat in spring when the snows melt. With dams, the landscape is transformed. In the 25 years since the Seyhan Dam was built, everything around it, towns and countryside, has changed. Over 1,500 square kilometers of farmland get water from the dam all year round. The hydroelectric power station supplies 54 million watts for local homes. The people of the headwaters of the Euphrates are tough, famous fighters, devout, traditional. This is the region of another of Turkey's ethnic minorities, the Kurds. Harnessing the river is meant to bring them prosperity and peace. The people are desperately poor, with incomes under half the Turkish national average of £575 a head. There never have been any regular year-round jobs here to work. If Turkey can't pay its foreign debts, this whole vast scheme could grind to a halt. Without loans from abroad to buy equipment, the hopes for the future will be blighted. At present, all Turkey's exports can't even pay for her vital imports of oil, let alone for investments like this. Without massive international aid, the future looks bleak. The Southeast Anatolia water projects are already producing power, more than enough for all local needs. Eventually, they could double the nation's production of electricity. At present, Turkey imports electricity from Bulgaria and the Soviet Union, as well as importing the oil it can't afford. Transmitted across the country, the Keban's power means jobs and prosperity hundreds of kilometers away. Turkey's future in the race to meet the needs of its rapidly rising population literally depends on the success of its immense water schemes. The Western companies, German, Italian, British and Swedish, that design the dams and power stations and sell the complex equipment profit from its success too. The loans to finance it come from the World Bank in Washington and the European Investment Bank in Luxembourg. It's an international partnership from which everyone benefits. Arab neighbors.
They have energy and oil. We have no energy and oil. They need foodstuffs. We have foodstuffs. They need water. We have water. They don't have manpower, and we have manpower. So it would be natural for us to turn to the Middle East. But we think together with this, we're a part of Europe, and we must compete in the European common market, and we must be a part of Europe.
Tourism brings in foreign exchange and provides jobs for the relatively unskilled too. It's another of the resources that Turkey's been slow to develop, potentially a gold mine for the future.